One major reason why businesses fail is because they don't have enough leads for their businesses. So it becomes important when a business owner wants to make more sales. It's important for he or she to look out for leads. So lead generation becomes a very invaluable skill, a very invaluable activity that every business owner must really have. Now, whether you're running an online business or an offline business, the principle still applies. You just have to have more eyeballs seeing your products and your services. And this is where lead generation comes into place. There is no business without customers. There is no business without leads. And leads are the people who will eventually become customers. Leads are persons who have seen your business, have seen your product or your service, and have developed sufficient interest in patronizing you and what you do. So every business owner must realize that lead generation is an important and a critical part of their business journey. All right. And if making sales is your idea, if making sales is what you want to do, if making sales is exactly why you're in business, then you must really pay attention to lead generation. Now, for whatever it's worth, any investment you make in lead generation will always yield a positive return and reward for you, because we always say here that he who has more leads will always take the lead. So it's important for you to realize this, that if you're into business, if you're a business owner, if you're an online marketer, if you're a person who sells things online, or you own a physical store where people walk in and buy products, or you offer them your services, you must just have leads. If more sales is what you intend to have, then you must always look into the direction of having more leads. So lead generation then becomes very critical, becomes very essential for every business owner, and it is also something that you should also master. Any person who has sufficiently gotten the ability to generate leads will certainly have more sales than the person or the business owner who doesn't care about generating leads. And if you're not intentional about the lead generation, if you're not intentional about generating leads for yourself and for your business, then your competitor would certainly have more interest and perhaps have more sales than you are. Because certainly, if you are interested in making more sales, then you must really pay attention to lead generation. And the reason for this is simple. There are 3 stages of acquiring a customer, right? And this is why lead generation comes into place. There are 3 stages of acquiring a customer. The first stage is called the awareness stage, all right? And at this awareness stage, a customer is just being introduced to your business, just being introduced to what you do for the first time. Maybe he saw an advert of your business on social media or any of the search engines, and then the customer is just being aware, all right, being introduced to your business. Now, the awareness stage is not for the customer to buy your product. And really, what some business owners do, which is very wrong, I see more often, is whenever they meet the customer for the first time, they expect the customer to buy immediately. All right, you must understand that there is a sales process. There is a journey a potential customer passes through for him or her to now become an actual customer. And it's your responsibility as a smart business owner to take your customer through that journey where the person flows from a particular stage of the sales process to where a person eventually becomes a customer. All right. So the more you learn this, the more you understand this process, the easier it is for you to convert prospects into customers. So there are 3 stages of customer acquisition. The first is awareness. You must make your customer to be aware of your product. And this is why you see big brands, okay, they're very established brands, the Coca-Cola and many top brands, they still run advertisements still today because they want to have more people aware. All right, the more your business is in the face of your potential customer, the more likely it is for you to have him or her converted to a customer, especially when the customer needs what you're offering. So more eyeballs seeing your product or your service equals the greater possibility and chances of you having customers who will convert. Okay, so that's the first stage, awareness, where your customer is just being introduced to your business. The second stage is called consideration. This is where your customer now begins to consider patronizing you. Possibly he or she has seen your adverts over and over and over again, has read your sales letter and your sales page, has also heard about testimonials, some people who have used your product, all right? And all of this is building up consideration, enthusiasm, interest in your business, all right? So at this stage, the customer is in the stage of making a decision, is at the verge of making a decision on whether or not to patronize your product. Of course, at this stage, there are a lot of objections the customer may have, okay, about utilizing your services or patronizing your business and buying your products. It's at this stage that lead generation and nurturing comes into place, all right? So at this stage, your customer has now become a lead because he or she has shown sufficient interest in what you are buying. This is a stage where you take that customer a step further. The customer just needs a little edge, a little push, okay, to make him or her make the final purchasing decision. So consideration is important, and you can see this is just a process your customer is undergoing. This is the stage where your customer is just at the verge of making that purchase decision. All right. At this stage, you handle objections. At this stage, you tackle every objection the customer may have as to why he or she may not buy your product or patronize you or take up the services that you're offering. Right now, the last stage is called the conversion stage. This is where the actual purchase is made, the actual buying decision is made. This is where your customer eventually buys from you. All right. Now, every business owner wants the conversion. All right. But you must realize that it's a process. Okay. It starts from the awareness. It starts, then leads to the consideration, and then comes down to conversion. Every business owner who wants to make sales should not only focus on conversion, but understand that the customer is actually a real human being. You must realize that the customer buying from you is actually a real human with emotions, okay, with a lot of things going on in his or her mind, with a lot of objections. So you must treat every customer as a human who intends to better his or her life with your product or your service, but needs to follow a process, needs to be convinced, needs to be sure of what you are offering, and needs to be certain that he or she will not part with his money for something that is inferior or less expected. This is why, as a smart business owner, your job is to take them through this process, and this is what lead generation does for you, taking them from the awareness stage, and once you nurture them, they go to the consideration stage, and then before the actual conversion is made. All right. So next point we should be considering now is, who are leads? All right. Having discussed the three stages of acquiring a customer, then it's already important for us to define who leads are. All right. The leads are persons who have sufficient interest in your product or your service. All right. And I want you to pay particular attention to the word interest. Now, interest is the currency you need for your business. It's the raw material you need for your sales. Interest. All right. Any person who is not interested in your product certainly will not buy from you, period. Okay. Whatever you're selling, okay, if there is no interest by the potential customer, certainly the person is not even a customer. As a matter of fact, what makes a customer or a prospect is that there is interest built up for what you're selling, interest built up for your service, interest built up for your product. So when a customer or a prospect shows interest in your product or a service, that is a lead. A lead is a person who is interested in what you're selling, interested because what you're selling is beneficial to him or her. Take, for example, if someone is thirsty, the person is in one need of just one thing, which is water. If the person is very thirsty, okay, any other thing you offer to the person, most likely if you offer a person a golden wristwatch, the person at that particular point may not be as interested in that gold wristwatch, much more than the person is interested in water. So this is why you must realize exactly what your prospects or customers are interested in and know whether your product or service satisfies their interest. If the prospects you have is not interested, then that's the wrong prospect. Your idea is to move away from people who are not interested in your product and go and meet for your starving crowd, people who are starving for your product or your service, people who need your product. And this is what lead generation helps you to accomplish. It helps you filter people who are not interested in your product and then concentrate on the persons who are interested in your product. So by and large, your main job in generating leads is that you are targeting people who have sufficient interest in your product or in your service. So leads are persons who are interested, okay? And the key word you should look out for is interest. Interest, intention, desire for your product or for your service. And with this, you're able to tailor the particular kinds of persons who come into your business. And this is why you may have 1 million people who see your advert, but with lead generation, you're able to filter them to persons who are just particularly interested in your product or in your service. And in the coming videos you're going to see how to, start this lead generation process. And then by so doing, you filter people who are only interested in your products and your service, and then converting them to sales in the long run. Okay, so leads are persons who have interest in your product and in your service, and you only want to concentrate on them. They are the people who are your customers, they are the people who eventually buy from you, and more interestingly, they are the people who also refer you to other people, especially when you offer exceptional service and your product is also exceptional. So you see, the average lifetime value, the lifetime value of your lead is invaluable, really, because not only will they purchase from you, but if they're very satisfied, they will be your foot soldiers who will also spread the word about your business to other people who are also interested in your products or in your service. So leads are valuable. As a matter of fact, they're actually invaluable, right? It's for you to realize how to get them, how to nurture the relationship, and how to keep them satisfied all the time so that they go out there and spread the word about your business. So this brings us to the final point, and why is lead generation important? I'm sure you must have, from what we've said so far, you must have realized that if you are interested in business growth, if you're interested in making sales, if you're interested in becoming someone who is actually in business for the long term, if you're not just someone who wants to just make a sale today and then for the next couple of weeks or months that you're struggling to make more sales, then you must pay attention to lead generation. The more eyeballs that see your products, the more you are likely to make sales. That's the formula, okay? Sales is a game of numbers. I want you to realize this, okay? Sales is a game of numbers. Now, whether you're doing this offline or you're doing this for your online business or for your offline business, the principles remain the same. The more eyeballs that see your offerings, that see your product, that see your service, the more chances you have of making sales. Which means if you disregard lead generation, your competitor who is smart enough or smarter than you are will pay more attention to it and have more sales. If you have 1,000 people who see your products or who see your service, and out of that 1,000 people, let's say you have a 10% conversion, right? Meaning that out of 1,000 people, 100 people buy from you or buy your products or buy your service, okay? Which means, therefore, if you have 10,000 people see your product or 10,000 leads, and then you have a 10% conversion, meaning that 1,000 people patronized you or bought your product. So you see, the more the eyeballs, the more the leads, the more the chances you have of making sales. So it's a numbers game. And that's why we always say the person who has more leads will take the lead, which is basic, which is fundamental, which is critical. The person who has more leads, okay, will take the lead in making sales. So let's assume that the first entrepreneur, let's call him A. A has 1,000 leads, okay, and B, the second entrepreneur, has 100,000 leads. Certainly their results will not be the same, can never be the same, okay, because the 1,000 leads that A has, if he gives him a 10% conversion, it's just 100 people might buy. But the 100,000 leads that B has will give him over 10,000 sales. All right, so you need to start paying attention to lead generation. It is critical, it is important, it is vital for the success of your business. And what you should do as a smart business owner is to always explore avenues where you can generate more leads for your business, generate more leads, okay, for your products and for your services. Because the more eyeballs, the more people see what you offer, the greater chances you have of making more sales. So what you're going to do moving forward is to explore avenues to know exactly, how do I now generate leads? How do I now, employ tools, strategies, okay, and services that will enable me generate leads for my businesses? If you leave it for your competition, the competition will crush you in this game of generating leads, okay? And you don't want that for your business. You want to always be on top, all right? So whether you're in real estate, whether you're in insurance, whether you're, an online marketer, trying to drive traffic for your, say, affiliate offerings, your business, your own digital products, your own physical products, whatever thing you're offering, whatever business you're into, whatever thing that represents your business, what you want to do is to generate leads and take your customer through the three stages we talked about here earlier. Take them through the awareness stage, and then the consideration stage, and also the conversion stage. Take them through this process and watch what happens to your sales. Your sales will explode. Your sales will take off in a manner that would be overly overwhelming to you. You will be surprised at the level and the manner and the influx of sales you would have, because you understood the process. You understood and paid attention to lead generation. And the more you generate more leads for your business, the more you find sales coming into your business. And also, more interestingly, you can also offer this service to other business owners, all right, who also want to make leads, and you also make money in the process. So you see, you cannot lose with lead generation. You just can't lose, all right, with lead generation. It's something you should pay critical attention to, because your business depends on it, because your sales are the mercy of it. And if you want to be successful much more in the long run and become a long-term successful business owner, then this is something you should definitely pay attention to. If you like this video, please hit the like button below, and also hit the subscribe button below, the red subscribe button below. Turn on the post notification and click on the bell icon to get all notifications, because we're going to be releasing more videos on how to start this lead generation, how to create it, what tools to use, what services to use to generate more leads, and the strategies, the secrets that will make you to generate an incredible number of leads for your business that you can ever imagine. These videos are coming up, so what subscribing to this channel is going to help you do is that once I release those videos, you'll be the first to be notified when those videos drop, so that you could just jump right in and watch the videos, consume the content, and then apply what you learned for your business. So this is why you should consider subscribing. Just hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to be notified of all videos we're going to be releasing. Okay, so until I see you next time, keep winning, and I love you.